What are you trying to do?
It's called a cork.
Cork?
Cork. It's running back with a twist.
Left foot kick, right foot kick.
Difficult?
It's... Yeah, it's kind of like a trademark for anyone who can do like really good free running and stuff. They can do a cork.
I couldn't really quantify or describe what it is that does it, but all I know is that's the bit I really enjoy, is just jumping up and then rotating around and landing again. For whatever reason, that's where my kicks come from.
I think everybody who does it, at least to this point, is a bit of a show. Really. Especially if you're a free runner, tracer, parkour guy, whatever else isn't, you're gonna be showing off a bit. That's part of what it is. And I think anybody who tells you otherwise is lying.
I started because I saw stuff on TV that I wanted to do. Classic thing, don't try this at home kind of thing. And like many things, if I see something I like, I kind of give it a go. And it's an appreciation of that skill and seeing that skill and saying, you know what, I want to give that a crack.
4 years ago, I just finished doing karate. I kind of doing it for a long time and kind of just fell out of love with it. At that kind of time, parkour was kind of coming into vogue. You were starting to see it in films, like nearly every action film at that time had some kind of free running thing at the start of it. People, running through buildings and whatever else. There was nothing else really to it. It's not like I suddenly went, yes, that's what I want to do. I just kind of went, yeah, that looks cool. We'll give it a go.
You're taught from very, just fundamentally, you stand up, your head is away from danger. And in order to do a lot of these moves, you need to put your head into an unnatural position.
Yeah, everybody has that fear, because it's not a natural thing to be doing. So to do any of this stuff, you have to kind of overcome that fear.
Fear is a lack of control. Although it's not dangerous, and as long as you're doing it right, your head isn't in any danger, it's what your brain will think is.
You're always going to be scared of something, and if you stop doing anything because of it, then that's, for me, just unthinkable.
And that fear I have a lot less of, because I've always had a lot of control.
I wouldn't say I ignore it. I would say that for me more it's just the alternative isn't an option. I could just say, no, I'm not doing that. That scares me too much. Well, at the point that I do that, I'm never going to progress anymore ever in anything I do. If it means I keep having to conquer my fear and just keep saying, no, I've got this, I'm doing this, and I keep telling it, because I can't let that affect me. It's always going to be the fact that I'm pushing forward. I'll never start going back, or at least that's what I hope.
It depends again on the person. Some people are very fearful and they will struggle to learn certain skills that they want to learn because of it. It will hold them back. They'll go and do a move, try to do a move, and then not their body. They need to put their body into a certain position or put it through a certain force that they'll hold back on, and as a result, actually make it more dangerous for both themselves, and their progression.
It makes you uneasy, and that slows you up, and then that you know that that's happening, so you worry about it more, and then maybe you get one that's a bit wrong, you land in a crumpled heap, and it all starts going worse and worse and worse, and you really have to overcome it, otherwise it will stop you dead from doing it.
There's a very physical element. You have to be physically fit. You can't just go and do it if you don't have the muscles to jump, to move your body in a tight ball and rotate quickly. But yeah, the mind will be the one that stops you the most, because the physical you can easily change.
I cannot remember the last time I went for these. It's really hard to get any takeoff off this thing. It just
Like,
bows
one of the
sometimes.
first things I learned was that you commit to it. As in, that actually takes the danger out. If you jump and you go for it, at worst, if you get past your head, and you're gonna land on something and you're gonna be fine. Even if it's terrible, even if I land on my knees or my hands or even in a crumpled heap, you still go for it. You go for it with everything you can, and then it tends to work out better.
Well, you still haven't. No. You know how some things are sensible? This probably cannot be characterised as one of those things. This is actually pretty much exactly the antithesis of fear. This is us being so confident that we're literally doing stupidness. This is what we call a Pirates of the Caribbean flip. I always do front 180 to try and roll down it again. Wow, it's so sideways.
It's very much a feeling of falling, but it's that feeling that when you know you're falling, even when your eyes close, that's what's going on mostly, but it's not in a uncomfortable way, because you've initiated it and you know you're going to land safe, and your brain knows you're going to land safe because you've done it before.
I guess it's all probably that kind of escapism. It's the same thing, as in, for 2 hours of watching a film, you get to be somebody else. 60 hours of playing a game, you put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And for 3 hours a week, I get to flip around at different gyms and, get to be somebody that I can't be in my day-to-day life.
I wouldn't say it's an out-of-body thing, but you're more in touch with the world around you, as in you kind of get an idea of it, but not a visual one, because you don't see anything really. It's more just, as you rotate round, it's just you spinning in space it's really hard to describe.
It's all part of the same thing. It's all part of just enjoying something out of the ordinary and something different.